How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more MTGA content. Today we're going to be playing Explorer, and I just kind of wanted to play some Bant. So we're playing a Bant pile in Explorer. A little slow, but we'll keep it. So this deck is a Volo deck. Speak of the devil. And the ideal is that we use things like Tormod's Crypt and Rest in Peace to get around half of Volo's restriction. So Volo's restriction is when you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a type with a creature you control or a creature in your graveyard, copy that spell. So this means that Volo functions as whenever you cast a creature, if it doesn't share a type, copy it. Which makes him a wee bit better. Take action. Gonna play this. So Risen Reef is the only bad redundancy in the deck. There is one other elemental in the deck, and the hope is that that elemental will be dead by the time Risen Reef will be dead by the time we cast that other elemental. And the other elemental is Titan of Industry, so it's a big one. Gladly block. As I was saying, we kind of don't want Risen Reef alive. What we want Risen Reef for is to put a land into play or draw us a card. And preferably we want him to draw us 2 cards and put 2 lands into play, but we don't always get the choice to do it that way. It's a curve related thing that, I don't know. Volo is good on turn 4, but like if we could hit him down earlier, we would like to. No, thank you. Then we'll play a Tormod's Crypt. So the downside of this is we can't copy any more Skyclave Apparitions. Skyclave Apparition is a really good card to get rid of Mutate. I think. Exile card. What's in it? How is this going to work? Because we have like 3 cards exiled under him. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't do anything yet. No tax. So we hopefully draw a land next turn. We can copy Soul of Emeria and make a bunch of angels. That's another function of Tormod's Crypt in the deck. Like if we don't need to exile a yard, we just have it as a permanent. Are they going to return the token? If they return the token, that's bad news. Yeah, let's see how bad this is. I think it's actually going to make a token for each one. No, it didn't, apparently. It just made a token equal to their converted mana cost, which is 9. Okay. That's cool. So we can't really cast Volo. I guess we'll just pass and then chump with Skyclave. So they're stuck on 4 mana, we're stuck on 6 mana. We need 7. I assume they need a little more too, but... So what are they going to return? Are they going to return Volo or Skyclave? Because I think it's Skyclave. Well, they didn't return anything. They mutated onto their illusion. I kind of want to get rid of our creatures. they don't really serve a function after they've done their job, you know? Yep. See? I told you they don't really serve a function after they've done their job. Ah, well, that's a bit of a disappointment. So what I was supposed to do there to make that work is exile in the graveyard. Which I'm going to do at the end of their turn, so that it doesn't become a problem again. So we help them make another ungodly big token. Then we exile our graveyard. Rest in peace. We're dead. Well, that's unfortunate. So the reason we're dead here is we can block a 9/9, but then a 9/9 kills us. I didn't even get to see Broker's Ascendancy. That's a bit of a disappointment. Our hand just got gummed up with Soul of Emancipations. Volo. Ah, that one has first strike. Okay. So on to game 2. This seems doable. Although Mill does not seem like a deck that we should want to play against. Yeah, because if they start milling our creatures... Maybe it'd be better to put in, I don't know if there is a, wow, they exiled 2 Soul of Emancipations. That is bad luck. So next turn we Volo. And then hopefully we can Mind Flayer afterwards. I need to draw another untapped land for that to work. Volo. Because Sphere's headquarters will ruin my plans. But if I can steal all their creatures before I die. Well, actually, let's do it the sensible way. Make another goose. Attack for 4. Actually, next turn we should be able to Titan of Industry, which will help. Hopefully I don't die. Are they just gonna hold up a counterspell? Goodbye, food. You served me well. The question is, are they holding up a counterspell? 4/4. Shield counter. That one. I have 21 cards in the library. That's decent. 4/4 shield counter. So Volo got off to a decent start there. I guess our mill opponent had decided to not play against us. But to be fair, like, if you're playing a mill deck and you spin into the Volo deck, which isn't really a thing, there is no real Volo deck, but if you spin against an opponent brewing around Volo, you should automatically assume you win, because your deck makes Volo unplayable. So we're going to go on to game 3. Looks like there's a storm brewing outside. About to say, last Magic video, I pulled an old classic where I didn't have my thing unmuted. I had my mic muted, that's it. I think I'm going to actually open on Sphere's headquarters, because I don't think Gilded Goose on turn 1 is valuable enough to shock for. We're going to get to Reef on 3, or Brokers on 3 anyway, so we don't need to worry about it too much. The question for next turn is whether or not we shock in for Innkeeper. I don't think I do. I think the 0/2 is just going to be better. It's a blocker, so it keeps Cat back. And then I can always Innkeeper next turn. And this sets me up for Volo, even though I don't have four lands. Because I have 1 mana from Goose and 1 mana from Innkeeper. Do I just Brief? I feel like if I play Volo, they sacrifice 2 things, and Volo dies, and I get no value. That's my place of fear. I can alternatively cast Skyclave, get rid of the Mayhem Devil, and maybe then spin into enough lands to play Volo. That's my unwise hope, at least. So it looks like they're Gen food. My hopes may have been dashed without my Goose. I have to draw land. Yep. Pass. So this deck has 24 lands in it. Like, it doesn't have a large amount of lands, but its curve is settled around 4, so it's not an extremely high curve deck. I think we have a couple of 7 drops, Titan of Industry and Soul of Emancipation, but like, we're not running many 5 drops. Volo is our only real 4. We're running 4 Risen Reefs, 4 Skyclaves, and then 3 of these. So ideally we shouldn't really need more than 24 lands, but Shuffler has decided that that's just not going to work out today. We have none of our low-costed Graveyard Hate, and no 3rd mana. We were up to 4 there for a bit. Maybe we should have played Risen Reef, but then we've seen what we would have drawn, right? We would have drawn more Risen Reefs, which in theory could have been good, but our mana would have been dead by the time we could have played a second Risen Reef. I don't know, Volo is still a card I want to see work. I want to see a way to make it work. I just don't know how to do it. And every time I put together a Volo deck in an attempt to make it happen, it just doesn't go anywhere, you know? Like, maybe the way I'm doing it isn't the right way. Like, we saw in the game we won, but the reason we won is not because we had Volo trigger a bunch of times. We had Volo trigger twice, which isn't a lot. Not a lot for what the deck is trying to do, right? But the trigger that won us the game was the Titan of Industry trigger. So maybe Volo doesn't need to copy a lot of spells. Maybe he just needs to copy 1 or 2 really big spells. But then if you're playing Volo to copy 1 or 2 big spells, it's like, why aren't you just playing like Body Double instead, you know? I guess the benefit of Volo over Body Double is that you can cast Volo the turn before, whereas with Body Double or Reflections of Linjar, you have to cast it the turn you're casting whatever big thing you want to copy. Yeah, looking at this deck in Reflection, it would probably be a lot better if I just slotted Volo out and put in Panharmonicon, and then maybe took out the Broker's Ascendancy. Because the reason the Broker's Ascendancy makes so much... I don't know if you can hear that. That's hail. Don't know. Yeah, the reason Broker's Ascendancy made it into the deck was because with the copied creatures, we'd have a lot of stuff on the board, and that gives us a lot of counters. But either way, thank you guys for watching. I'll continue to brew around this guy, see if we can get anywhere, but that's our video for today. See you tomorrow.